Fanboy! 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 Pandora's Tower for the Wii is absolutely freaking terrible! My holy moly! I'm just taking a look at the frickin' feedback scores right now on the meta scores on Metacritic. And let me tell you something. First of all, I can't believe they're still putting out games for Nintendo's lame, crappy, last-gen system, the Wii. Ugh! The Wii is still getting games? Why would anybody in the right frickin' state of mind release any more games for this done system? This finished, outdated, freaking completely run-down system, man. I mean, look, Pandora's Tower came out, alright, just recently came out. This is an RPG, right? Developed by Ganbarion. Whatever the heck that means. Ganbarion. I mean, they'll make up any sort of name, man. I mean, this is the worst. Any game that's called, developed by a company called Ganbarion, or any kind of weird, unknown, you know, you've never heard of the company before, you know it's gonna freaking stink. And right now, this is obvious. Alright, published by Xseed Games. Oh, Xseed. Has Xseed any... have they published any actual good games? Like, ever... ever since they've been around. They're not a AAA publisher, they don't produce any big titles, they're not important, basically, you know? These guys are about as terrible as... I mean, I would say they're about as terrible as frickin' Rockstar, you know? I mean, those guys suck too, you know? I mean, garbage games. But let's talk about Pandora's Tower right about now. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It has a 73 Metascore and a 7.6 user score. So already we're you know, these are generic games. You know, they're nothing special, nothing amazing. And I'm taking a look at the cover art, by the way. I mean, look at this stupid, pathetic cover art. This is the ugliest piece of turd I've ever seen. Holy smokes! Wait a minute. Now, I'm taking a look at the animation on the, you know, the actual cover art, and is it me or the font on the Pandora's Tower actually looks like Harry Potter? Holy crap, they stole Harry Potter's font! This reminds me too much of Harry Potter, man. I mean, look at this crap! Oh, they ripped off Harry Potter. Oh my, they totally ripped it off, man. You got the thing in the background, you know, it looks like one of the Harry Potter covers, like freaking Prisoner of Azkaban or something like that, you know. Take a look at the Harry Potter posters, side to side, and this thing is an absolute hack copied art style. And not only that, you know, if you take a look at the main, the character on the right holding the sword, this is actually a ripoff of another character. That's right, it says right here, the cover art's depiction of Aaron is copied from the pictures of Noctis, a protagonist of the upcoming RPG Final Fantasy Versus 13. Wow. Holy crap. And if you take a look at the Noctis character, as a matter of fact, they're very identical. They have that same hairstyle, that same parted down on the sides, the bangs, alright, and got the same like weapons, and they have the same exact face. So I mean, you know, that's what anime is. You know, that's the thing with anime, Japanese style animators. You know, when they draw these characters, all they do is rip off other things. They rip it off from other places, other characters. You know, whether it's, you know, Naruto being ripped off from Dragon Ball, or you know, Sailor Moon ripping off from Astro Boy. You know, all they do is just completely steal ideas. You know, Kimba the White Lion stealing from Bambi. You know, so I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. You know, those Japanese, they're not very original, man. You know, they make all these games. You know, but they steal a lot of ideas too. So Pandora's Tower looks absolutely freaking. Judging from the cover, you know, they say don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, this is a thief, stolen ideas. I mean, look at this. It looks terrible anyway. But let's actually look at the user scores from the fans. By the way, the game is about the victim of a cruel curse. Elena endures a horrific transformation into a grotesque beast. Determined to find a way to cure her, Aaron assumes the Oraclaw's chain and plunges into the 13 Towers, where truly terrifying monsters await him. The words of their companion Mavda offer them their only hope. Within the 13 Towers reside the Masters, and by blah biddy blah blah frickin' blah, I don't care at all. I mean, that was just... Did you guys even pay attention to that? I was reading the summary of the game, and I couldn't even finish through it. You know, pathetic storytelling on these stupid freaking games. Pandora's Tower is a crappy storyline. You know, garbage storytelling. Alright, but let's take a look at the critic scores first. Right? Let me just click on that. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at the best scores from the most honest reviewers. Alright, from Game Planet. Game Planet gave it a 50. A 50! 50 out of 100. Basically, 50% of the game is trash. It's crap. Why would you pay for a game that gets a 50? Why would you even consider getting this? What a pile of monkey turd. Pandora's Tower doesn't offer anything appealing or unique, and is not a Wii title that will find a home with many gamers. Oh, man! I mean, that's the absolute truth right there. Metro Game Central gave it a 60. There are some clever ideas at work here, particularly the hero's primary weapon, but a lack of gameplay, refinement, and bland storytelling fail to make the most of it. By the way, this game came out freaking last year. It's been out forever! But the fact that it was released earlier in Japan, came out like last year in Japan, and now, only now, in 2013, that the Wii is getting it. I think that's why, like, it actually came out for the Wii this year. Like, the Wii got a brand new game, but it's not really brand new because it's been out for that long. It's just that it's a delayed release in North America. I mean, that's the problem with being a Japanese game too, is that they come out so late in, you know, in the West and the other regions, you know, because I mean, it's a Japanese game, man, and nobody really cares about them, and nobody cares about the titles because, I mean, it's like, who cares, man? I mean, I'd rather play, obviously, an English-speaking game that came from here. It's a lot closer to home. I mean, I'm kind of astounded that this was released to begin with. Edge Magazine gave it a 60. A little slicker, and Pandora's Tower could have provided a surprisingly effective alternative in the character action genre. Its blend of pointer controls and button-based combat begs to be further explored, but as it is, this is a clunky action title. Ugh. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't think I have to get into any more details, man. Yeah, the user score, same thing, man, you know. Low scores, nothing but low scores. I'm seeing nothing but, you know, 6s, 5s. Somebody gave it a 5. Hall Arnie Burl gave it a 5. I was quite disappointed in the game. The trailer was pretty cool, but the game really is that a crappy version of Zelda with some RPG elements. It's not great. It's not great. Random NE gave it a 6. Finally, I thought one of the few games that wasn't a first-person shooter. As I walked into the shop and bought my game, My brother then proceeded to shout alien pedophiles as he watched Cowboys and Aliens. I told him to shut up and started my intense journey through Pandora's Tower. When I finished the game, I went and watched Cowboys and Aliens. The game just doesn't have enough to make me feel like I truly invested my valuable time into. If only they spent a little more time into this. But if you like JRPGs, then you may want to pick up this game amid a market of similar games. Well, that was a really strange recap, but I guess he didn't like it. I mean, gave it a 6. That's not impressive. I mean, this game is just completely underwhelming, and it shouldn't have been released to begin with. I mean, Pandora's Tower is a pile of crap, and you know, if you want a really good game, if you want a good action style game with some RPG stuff, well, I don't make too many suggestions here because, you know, I like to let people enjoy what they like. That's just the way it goes here, you know, on Fanboy Reviews. We like to allow the players to, you know, enjoy their favorite titles. But when it comes to Pandora's Tower, it's a garbage game. You want to play a good game, check out Call of Duty. You know, that game is pretty sweet. Best graphics, best gameplay, best multiplayer, incredible storyline, and definitely feels more of an RPG than frickin' Pandora's Tower, man. I mean, looking at the Pandora's Tower, I think it's safe to say that Japanese video games completely suck compared to Call of Duty. That's it for this episode of Fanboy Reviews, and until next time, keep fanboying. Yeah!